Hi everyone! We're finally back here in Dallas together for Happy Half Hour. It's Tuesday, April 16th.
No more split screens.
No more split screens, no more Wi-Fi connection issues. We're here and we're going to be able to save this video so everybody can tune in later. So it's a good day for us.
Yes.
A very good day.
No more technical difficulties.
No more technical difficulties.
And it's Holy Week.
It is Holy Week. Such an awesome week. Church was awesome on Sunday. Long mass, but a beautiful mass, the Passion of Christ. And
What's everyone's plans this weekend? Anyone doing anything fun?
for Easter,
I don't know. I'm doing crawfish boil. I'm super excited
I'm
about
going
that.
home, which will be exciting, and my cousins from Italy are in town.
Ooh.
But we had a really exciting weekend this past weekend.
We really did. We were in Palm Springs. I always want to say
Yes.
Palm Desert. I don't know the difference.
They're interchangeable. You can say either one.
We were in Palm Springs / Palm Desert, I don't know, for Coachella, the gift lounge. And we got to meet a ton of influencers and YouTubers and
It was
all
crazy
sorts of
how
people.
many people we truly did connect with.
mm-hmm.
I feel like it was an awesome event for not just like getting the name out there, but we really had time to like talk and connect with people about each of the pieces.
It was honestly nothing I've ever seen before, like at all.
We totally left on a high, I feel like. We were
Yes.
just like high on sharing blessings and love. And I feel like the craziest part was, and you experienced this too, because we got really busy at one point and we were just
gosh.
like, she was
So
posting on the
overwhelmed.
story and I was like trying to tell the story. But people like went straight to the piece that they needed the most, like based off of just the look of it. They would be like looking at all the things and then kind of gravitate towards a piece and then be like, oh my gosh, wait, this is actually what I need like in my life right now.
Also, one of the times it was really windy and literally the wind blew over like one bracelet and the girl picked it up and was like, wait, this was the one that I was like needing. It was
that
crazy.
was the craziest one. Yeah, you're right. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
We were like constantly trying to hold all the bracelets down because the wind kept like picking them up off the display. And this one literally hit this girl like in the chest and she
picked
caught
up,
it.
Yeah.
And she's like, wait, I needed that so bad. And so it was an awesome weekend. And I feel like,
We met so many cool people, like
and of all different walks of life,
Yeah.
like people of
All
different
ages.
religions, just wanting to elevate to this like higher vibration and just share love and be on positive terms with everything, you know, and just sharing that there's good and light in the world.
And we
think
were the
that's-
only jewelry company there, so I think like that attracted them in the
Definitely.
first place. And then once they heard
Definitely.
the story, I don't know, we just connected with so many people. It was so fun. I want to go back.
I know, it was so fun. But I do know that you were also having a little bit of withdrawals because Abby over here is a huge golf fan.
Yes.
And so when we were there, she of course could not watch the Masters.
I couldn't.
But luckily, our airport struggles on Sunday allowed her to sit at a little airport bar and watch the Masters.
That was my goal. I was like, I have to watch the Masters today. Ellie was like, I need to go on a walk. And I was like, okay, bye.
I
I'm
was
watching
like
the
getting
Masters.
antsy. I was like, I gotta go. I gotta walk around the airport.
Well, because our flight got delayed, what, like 15 hours?
Yeah, it was. We had
It was a long day
We had
on
a long
Saturday.
day.
We went from LA to Houston to San Antonio to Dallas. So it was a long day, but I did get to watch some of the Masters in the airport.
Okay, I have to respond to QVC crew. She just said, or he, I'm not sure who it is. I was wearing your bracelet when I was in a bad accident and it made me feel so safe. I love that you felt the comfort from that and just knowing that you have all of your guardian angels and protection around you when you wear these. And having that Benedictine cross, it is an ancient symbol of protection. And I can totally align with you on that because I felt the same way when I got in my car crash. I felt like somebody was looking out for me, and it says all this stuff that I wear and pray to every day because I'm reminded from this to pray to them up there. And it truly is that little sign of protection. But go back to the Masters. Sorry about that.
Yeah, it was awesome, and Tiger Woods won.
Legend.
So I was like,
Legend.
freaking out. I think I cried a little bit.
Yeah. She was
I was
having
so
a.
excited.
She was like, I need to be alone today. This is just so awesome.
I told her like a week ago. I was like, hey, by the way, on Sunday,
like no plans.
count me out. Like I'm watching the Masters all day.
We did get to go to dinner though. That
Yeah,
was
we did
nice.
go to dinner.
To
But
recap
that was
it.
after it was over. So
Yeah.
that was really exciting, and just to
So-
see like the struggles he's been through and everything he's been through in
And
life.
like his whole journey, you know, like golf is such a mental game, and he just sticks in it
Yeah.
and keeps on winning and doing great things. So that's awesome.
That was fun. Speaking of the QVC crew message, do you want to share the story about the girl we met at Coachella, the lady in the booth next to us?
Yes.
I know she wasn't wearing a bracelet when she got in her accident, but we actually connected with
It's
her,
totally
and
same.
she wore one now. Like she's wearing
Yeah.
a bracelet now.
So she is actually, she was an awesome gal. She kind of like came up to us in the beginning of the event and was chit-chatting, small talk. And then as the event started to slow down in the afternoon, we got to really talking to her and hearing her story. And she owned, we connected because she owned some restaurants for USC. So I was like, oh, fight on. But she said she was working this crazy life, like owning 4 different restaurants, managing them all, doing all this crazy stuff. And one day on her way home, she was on the freeway and got in a horrible car crash. She said she never looks at her phone. She looked down for 1 second because her boyfriend had texted her that he was excited to see her for dinner.
No one was on the road. It was
No
like
one was
just
on the
her.
road. Looks down for 1 second and a car in front of her slams on the brakes. She goes straight into them. 2 people hit her from the side and her car's like spinning and totally totaled, and
She broke like her back, her leg, her shoulder,
her ribs,
like literally
everything.
how she's okay right now is a miracle.
And she had to completely change her life and start over. And she's like, it was the hardest thing. I was active. I, like loved to work out, and now I really can't do much of anything. She's just happy to be walking and standing and alive and feeling well. And she said the biggest thing for her was the shift in her work. Like she started to do her own business, and it was away from the stress of the restaurants. And she said she really started to slow down and take in like everything about life, like just even seeing things around her and
The little
smelling
things.
things. Yeah, she was just like, I just totally shifted. And we were like, okay, you gotta like take a piece, like please just, whichever message aligns with her. And of course she gravitated towards the strength. And I thought that was so perfect because for someone that goes through something where you are just utterly broken, to find a new strength and to be even stronger inside. Maybe not on the outside or physically, or you can't do the things you used to do, but to be that much stronger on the inside and have that much of a greater appreciation for life and just people and connecting, and those are the things that really matter. And so she's like, this is strength, but this is like the strength in here,
More
which
than
is
that, yeah.
which is really, really cool.
No, it was so fun. And like even that event, like something so
And-
special was we met other people working the event, not even
Yeah,
just like the people who we were.
it was like the other
Hosting.
vendor or like
Yeah.
people that own companies that were there too. And I feel like connections just like happened all around. And
What were you gonna say?
I
Sorry.
was gonna say, and I think this is cool coming from the business side of this company. She was Jewish and she loved it. She loved the messaging, everything about it. I mean, it's just about sharing love and having that like higher vibrational like feel, And so I thought that was super cool.
Yeah, kind of the different, like got in a car wreck, but now is wearing the bracelet, but same situation. Like now she can always like more focus on like the strength of her inner self than
I think
that
that's
situation.
awesome.
Let's talk some positive news.
Yeah.
Why don't we?
Some positive news that's happening in the world today.
Yes, we need it right now. And I'll start because we do need some positive news after the terrible news came about yesterday that the Notre Dame Cathedral was on fire, which we are sending so much prayers, so many thoughts and prayers to Paris and that community. What a terrible thing. But I do just want to say that I saw this morning, which was really cool, was literally the first thing I saw when I opened my phone, that the cross in the middle of the cathedral is standing like straight up, glowing in the middle of the church. I don't really have words for it because everything around it is burned down and the only thing still standing is the cross. And that just, I don't know.
Just like the light lives through all the darkness.
Yeah, the light lives, yeah. And we stand with the community, and yeah, so I wanted to start out with
something so beautiful and monumental and that means so much to so many people gets wrecked. And you know, like when everything goes wrong in your life, you can parallel it to your life. I feel like when everything goes wrong in your life, the one thing that will always be there is God and is the Lord. And so when everything burns away and you're left with this complete empty feeling, the one thing that can shine brighter than all else is the Lord. And that's kind of like that cross in the center. It's just crazy.
I'll make a post about it today. I'll post it on the main feed because it's truly, if you haven't seen it, look it up. It's truly incredible how that's the only thing standing in the middle of the cathedral. It's crazy. But I just want to start with that because we need some positive news today. And again, all our thoughts and prayers are going out to Paris and everyone in that community. And
so one of my stories take you from Paris over to Germany. There's a tree in Germany, and it's called the Old Bridegroom's Oak Tree. Don't know if you've heard of it, but if anybody is having trouble finding a soulmate or finding love, I love this one just because who doesn't love love? So there's like an old story about a couple in 1890 that used a hole in this tree to pass their love notes. So they weren't allowed to date because of some socio-economic whatever, like different of classes or whatever, but they would put a note into a hole that a branch broke off of. And then the next day, you know, the girl would come and pick it up and then leave her note for the guy. And it was like this cute little secret love exchange. And they ended up, the father found out about the love letters and allowed them to marry, and they married and they're happily in love. They're gone now, but happily we're in love. And so people started going to this tree to place their love letters into the hole. And other people would come and visit the tree and take love letters out and become pen pals with this person that they had no idea who it was.
That is cool.
They would start writing letters to each other, not knowing each other, and some of them would meet, some wouldn't, you know, but there are multiple instances of people that have met and gotten actually married because of this hole in the tree. And I thought this one cool thing.
Can
so
we go?
It's 600 years old. I know. I was like, when's the next flight to Germany? No. But
we would do
this
that.
one cool story. So there's a mailman that delivers to the tree. It has its own postal address.
No
so
way.
You don't have to go. You can write a letter to this postal address and then have it delivered there. So there's a mailman that delivers to the tree.
We should do that. I'm serious, and just see what happens.
You never know.
Maybe we'll find a pen pal.
And he says that there truly is a magic to this tree. There's an aura of peace that that cannot be matched. And he actually, so he put his love letter into the tree one day.
He found someone.
And a woman picked it up, and now they're married. And I thought that was so
How
cute.
cool is that?
And so that's just one little positive little story for you guys.
So I went to Texas A&M, and there's a tree on campus. It's called the Century Tree, and you can't, it's a myth, or it's not even a myth because I truly believe it, and everyone on the campus does, but you can't walk under the tree or else it's bad luck and you'll never find love. And people only go under the tree if they get engaged, or they do their engagement pictures there or their wedding pictures there.
Are you gonna do yours there?
I don't know, but you literally on campus, it's kind of in the middle. You have to walk completely around the tree or else it's bad luck.
Oh my gosh.
And I actually remember when I visited the school, I walked under the tree when I was 17.
But you didn't know about it. No, you didn't know. You didn't.
Okay,
know.
I didn't know.
But it doesn't count if you don't know. If you know about it and you walk under, it's that's how.
Isn't that weird though? I don't know. That just rang a bell because
that is.
It's nature has such this
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Just avoiding a tree in general. Now there's a tree that people want to go to, so let's do that one. Okay, well now we're gonna go back to the United States with my story.
We're taking a little trip.
Okay, so I love this story. 9-year-old Thomas Daniel, he lives in Grand Rapids, Michigan. He missed the bus one morning, and this police officer, I'm gonna totally butcher this name, Linema, something, saw this little boy running after the bus and stopped him and said, like, let me take you to school. So he rode in the police car with the officer, and on the way, Thomas had invited him to his birthday party that night and had said, you know, I'm worried no one's gonna show up tonight because I'm typically bullied really bad at school. Would you want to come to my birthday party? So the officer shows up that night, and he was saddened to see no one was there. He didn't even have a cake. It was like his 2 siblings, that was it. So the next day, Thomas got home from school, and this officer, Linema something, had asked a few police officers to come surprise Thomas. So Thomas got off the bus, and there were 4 officers there with Krispy Kreme donuts. They had a singing quartet, which is so
awesome.
crazy, and presents for Thomas and all of that stuff. So he later said this was the best birthday ever, and the officer was like, hey, next time, buddy, invite me a little earlier so we can come to like your actual birthday party. But I thought it was really cool that they don't have to do that.
No.
Like, they don't have, like,
So sweet.
he didn't even have to take the kid to school. So it's just really cool how
That was like above and beyond.
Yeah.
Completely above and beyond.
I mean, a singing quartet.
And made this kid's like complete birthday amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, that just that's a lighthearted, fun one. I love that.
I love that story. And no one should have to feel like no one's going to come to their birthday party.
Yeah, because
So-
your birth is important.
Yeah,
And it's a
that
day
just
we all
makes me sad.
celebrate.
Yeah.
Every one of you matters. Every single one of you has a part in the grand scheme of God's plan. So
Yes.
your birthday is a day of celebration. It's a great day for everyone around.
Unless you start getting older.
No, we don't need to talk about that. I know. I feel like I'm like almost 25, and I'm like, holy moly.
I know.
That's like a quarter of my life.
That officer needs a bracelet. I know. I just got a shipment, Amy, of the
Blessings for America.
yes. So
God Bless America.
God Bless America
Sorry.
bracelets, and
Super cool. Check them out.
I'm talking to the fire station and the police station here in Dallas, and we're gonna go and hand bracelets out. And
We can highlight that piece. God Bless America.
yeah, we can. Let's
Such
do
a
it.
cool piece. It's a new men's
I
piece.
wish I had it.
I don't have it on either, but because we're
That wasn't-
girls, but girls can wear it too. It's really awesome. It's our standard like men's piece, and it has a American flag on there, and it's just about supporting one another in the country, and it does donate back to help veterans. So it's a great piece.
And how cool when like these officers and fire
They're being such
firefighters,
heroes
I can't think,
right now.
wear this bracelet, and then they're so protected, you know?
Yeah,
Like in the line of duty, they're protected too. So it's not even just
it's like a double.
it's a double. That's
protection.
what I'm trying to say. So
Yeah, there's multiple layers like an onion.
yes. So I'm excited. Hopefully maybe we'll go live with them, or
Yeah, maybe
We'll
today
post-
in the office or something
we'll post some
Show 'em.
content about I'll post the picture.
great
and-
guy's gift.
great
Which
guys.
guys are hard to get for, but this is a good one.
Especially with like 4th of July coming up. That'd be
Yeah.
a very festive thing.
Yeah,
to wear.
graduation, anything.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just a lot of people like that piece, so
Yes.
that's a cool piece. Okay, one last like little positive thing
Mhm.
before we move on to our amazing saint of the day, which I can't wait. It
Yes.
kind of relates. But there was this breathtaking moment when dolphins in Australia ended up catching a wave with the surfers. It was an entire pod of dolphins caught a wave with a bunch of surfers in Australia, and there's a video of it because they were
Wow.
videoing like them surfing or whatever, and they caught the footage, and it's like amazing. We'll post it on the story. It's a really short video, but I don't know, something about dolphins, they're just so like majestic,
Mhm.
and then to see them in that clear blue water, it's just like this breathtaking, awe-stricken moment. So I'm gonna post about that because it was super cool, and I watched the video like 10 times just because I love dolphins and I wanted to keep seeing it over and over again. And I wish I was one of those surfers. Instead,
And not
like,
see
2
a
weeks ago I
shark.
saw a shark, but you know, I needed that shark message. So
You did.
but talk about water, and so this saint of the day today, she is known for her miracles with the water and stuff, but we'll go into that story. Saint Bernadette. I love Saint
It's
Bernadette.
your saint.
It's my confirmation saint. I feel
Oh,
super.
I should have brought your little saint home.
She got me this little painting of Saint Bernadette because she knows I love her so much. But I feel this super strong connection to Saint Bernadette, and I think she's awesome. So I want to tell you guys a little bit about her so you can learn too. She was born in Lourdes, France, which is now a holy pilgrimage site, in 1844. And when she was younger, she like caught illnesses and suffered from a ton of asthma, was, like never really super healthy. But when she was 14, she was asked to go and get some firewood with a friend in this grotto. And she went to this grotto, and right over a rose bush saw this beautiful feminine vision, basically. And she immediately went to her knees and started praying the rosary. And she knew that it was something. She thought it was the Blessed Mother, but didn't know. She was wearing white and blue, beautiful thing, and her friends couldn't see her, but she kept talking about the vision that she saw. So 3 days later, she went back to the same grotto, and again, she saw her, and she was seeing visions of the Blessed Mother, and the vision told her to come back every single day and to see her. And so she did. And as she went, one of her most powerful visions that she had, her most life-changing, was when the Blessed Mother asked her to drink from the spring and to wash in it and to eat the herb that grows on the side. And mind you, this spring was not clean. It was like this spring that was kind of murky and dirty, and she said to do it as penance. And one of the messages that the Blessed Mother always gave her was penance, penance, penance. So to just lay yourself down for your sins. And Bernadette was ignorant, and she was like this poor sinner girl, and she would always say, pray for me, Mother, because I am a poor sinner. And it was interesting that her message to her was always about penance. And come to find out, after she drank from the spring and washed in the spring became clean, and people were able to drink from it, and it was this clean, pristine water. And so that was the miracle in the water. But then people started to want to research Bernadette and if she was really seeing the Blessed Mother. And she would go to the local hospital, and she had reported 69 cures, with no explanation of how the cures were caused. So then she also decided that she was going to build a chapel over the place where she saw the Blessed Mother. So then there was the sanctuary. And then later in life, she wanted to, she didn't like all the attention. And that's kind of a theme with the saints. They didn't like all the attention they were getting for being able to heal people and do these things. And so she kind of secluded herself into...
That's what makes them so wonderful.
Yeah, she kind of secluded herself. And then when she died, this is crazy to me. And I've seen a few with Padre Pio in Italy and other things, but her body's incorrupt, so it's completely intact. A little bit of her skin kind of fell away, but all of her bones and everything just incorrupt. And so she's amazing, and I love Saint Bernadette. So that's just a little story about Saint Bernadette. So if you're feeling it today, pray to her.
Yes.
Because she's with you today on her feast day.
So crazy that that's your saint too.
I know. I was like, yes, I get to present on Saint Bernadette, which was I just love that.
Well,
and she was so connected to her rosary, and I feel like that's something I've always been super connected to. And in my pastime, in my workouts, I just pray the rosary in my head, and I feel like it's super therapeutic, and I feel closer to God afterwards. So it's an awesome thing. So pray your rosary especially during this Holy Week. Why not?
Also, we have really pretty new rosaries.
We do have really, really pretty
Like-
new rosaries. Swarovski pearl, amazing.
The most beautiful rosaries I think I've
Great
ever
gifts
seen.
too.
Yeah, especially in this time.
Mhm.
This time we're in right now.
Confirmation.
Go look at the
communion.
rosaries. They're so beautiful.
So beautiful.
On the My Saint My Hero Instagram, there was a picture posted I think like about a week ago. So if you want to see the different colors, go to our main feed and they're stunning.
Yeah.
All right, so let's do on this day before
We'll
we
finish up
do
with
the
on this day.
reflection.
And a quick reflection for you guys.
In 1929,
Oh.
the New York Yankees became the first team to wear uniform numbers, which I thought was kind of crazy.
Who doesn't have like a favorite number?
hasn't
and
been
to wear it on their uniform? Sorry,
Oh,
that's
that's your chair. It's like someone's trying to break in. Yeah, so I thought that was interesting. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Fun fact.
Like I don't know any. I guess you can never relate really to teams that don't have numbers on their backs.
No, we all have numbers.
Yeah.
What's your lucky number? That's
7.
not the reflection. We're gonna get a little deeper.
Mine's 7. Well, let us know. What's your lucky number?
4 and 11. Just had to throw that
Why?
out there. Why? I don't know. 4 just always because I've just always loved 4, and then 11 because I always see 11s everywhere.
I think I do too, actually. I think 7 was mine because my brother was always number 7 in baseball, and it was his lucky number. So I he's my older brother, so I wanted to
Be like
be
him.
like him. So I always just stuck to 7. Okay,
Number of perfection.
getting really deep there. But let's go into the reflection. Today's Tuesday, April 16th, and this is John 13:21 through 33 and 36 through 38. Reclining at a table with his disciples, Jesus was deeply troubled and testified, "Amen, amen, I say to you," excuse me, "one of you will betray me." The disciples looked at one another at a loss as to whom he meant. One of his disciples, the one whom Jesus loved, was reclining at Jesus' side. So Simon Peter nodded to him to find out whom he meant. He leaned back against Jesus' chest and said to him, "Master, who is it?" Jesus answered, "It is the one whom I hand the morsel after I have dipped it." So he dipped the morsel and took it and handed it to Judas, son of Simon. After Judas took the morsel, Satan entered him. So Jesus said to him, What you are going to do, do quickly." Now none of those reclining at the table realized why he said this to him. Some thought that since Judas kept the money bag, Jesus had told him, "Buy what we need for the feast, or to give something to the poor." So Judas took the morsel and left at once, and it was night. When he had left, Jesus said, "Now is the Son of Man glorified, and God is glorified in him. If God is glorified in him, God will also glorify him in himself, and he will glorify him at once. My children, I will be with you only a little while longer. You will look for me, and as I told the Jews, where I go, you cannot come. So now I say it to you." Simon Peter said to him, "Master, where are you going?" Jesus answered him, "Where I'm going you cannot follow me now, though you will follow later." Peter said to him, "Master, why can I not follow you now? I will lay down my life for you." Jesus answered, "Will you lay down your life for me? Amen, amen, I say to you, the cock will not crow before you deny me 3 times.
So the reflection, it's about Peter. What does Peter's denial and Jesus' response teach us about forgiveness? So what do we learn about forgiveness from the fact that Peter asks him, I'm just going to read this part again, "Master, why can I not follow you now? I will lay my life down for you." Now he says this, but Jesus knows already what is to come, and he says, "Will you lay your life down for me? The cock will not crow before you deny me 3 times. Yet his love for him remained. And Jesus was impending death, and Peter was the one to deny him. And so it's just the theme that we always hear about the unbounding love of the Lord and the eternal forgiveness. And if you repent and do your penance, and especially thinking about this Holy Week and everything, just, maybe get into confession sometime this week and just think about, truly think about how deep Jesus' forgiveness is. So what does Peter's denial and Jesus' response teach us about forgiveness.
That will be
The theme of the day.
the theme of the day and also on the story. So you can submit your answers to us. And yeah, we like posting the reflections, especially this week because
It's the last week of Lent.
the last week of Lent. How are you doing without sugar?
Craving it? No, I'm not. I've actually gotten over the craving phase.
Good, good.
But I'm sure I'm gonna load up on it when
Lots
I
of sugar.
can. All right. Well, thanks, guys.
Thanks for watching, and we'll be
Have
back
a great day
again on Thursday.
Thursday.
Together again. No more split screens for now. So, yay.
Love you guys. Have a great day.
Bye.